Hey, it's Deborah Fryer, and I am super glad you are here. I want to welcome you to this mini video series that is called Plug Into Your Power. And the reason that I decided to make this video series is because I heard from so many of you that you were really struggling to figure out how to make more money, how to get more clients, how to feel more confident, how to stop feeling like an imposter so you can go out and crush your business and create your life on your terms so that you can live a life of prosperity, of passion, of purpose, of profit, of pleasure, all the stuff that we all want. And if you're scratching your head thinking, I don't know how to get that, that's what this video is going to be about. So in this first video, I want to talk to you about prosperity, and I want to talk to you about what prosperity is and what it isn't. I love to share etymologies with you, and the etymology of prosperity means pro, meaning for or toward, spero, which means to hope or expect or anticipate. So what prosperity means, what it is at the root, it's the expectation of what's coming to you. Now, this is a very different way from the way that a lot of you are in relationship to money right now, because a lot of you are in relationship to money not expecting that it's going to show up, but expecting that it isn't. Therein lies the rub. When you are wanting to change your relationship to money, it's really important that you begin to understand how money flows. So I'm going to be telling you about 8 ways that money naturally flows. And I'm also going to be, at the very end of it, wrapping up and helping you understand why abundance is really inevitable when you get your head around what I'm about to say. So I already shared in the beginning that prosperity literally means what you are expecting, what you're anticipating, what you're looking forward to. That's literally what the root of that word means. But here's what most of us do when we're stuck in a relationship with money. And I know I did this for many, many, many years. I projected all kinds of stuff onto money. I made money be bad. I had lots of beliefs running like, I can't be spiritual and be rich, or money's bad, or people who have money are bad, or I don't deserve to have that much money, or I don't trust money. People are always late paying me, and they don't pay me what I'm worth. I wasn't realizing it was my responsibility to take care of that. I thought it was other people's fault, and I blamed all kinds of things on money. And I'm wondering if you do any of that. Does that resonate for you? Do you ever feel like, oh, I can't charge that much? Or, oh, even though I did the work, I actually can't invoice for that? Or do you ever feel like I have invoiced for that and I've done the work and I've delivered the work and the client is late, but I can't go back to the client and ask them because I haven't gotten the money yet because I'm ashamed to ask for the money, right? Do you have things running in you that are actually between you and money? Because if you do, energetically, you're actually pushing money away. You're bringing a kind of desperate energy into the conversation. It's completely running in your subconscious, but it's very hard for money to come to you when you are unconsciously pushing it away with beliefs like, I don't like people who have money, or money's always late, or my clients are always paying me late, or my clients won't pay me at all, or other things like that that unconsciously feel a bit resentful of money. So I just want you to ask yourself honestly, am I in that kind of relationship with money where I say I want more of it, but there's actually a part of me that really doesn't like money, that really doesn't approve of people who have money, that feels like I wouldn't like myself if I had a lot of money? I don't deserve that. It's selfish to have money. Really be honest with yourself, because sometimes, in fact, I would say all of the time, those inner subconscious conversations are actually sabotaging your ability to be a great receiver of what you want. So now I want to talk to you about the ways that money comes to us, and I want to talk to you again by way of an etymology first, which is the word abundance. Right in the middle of the word abundance is the word onda. It's a wave. And money likes to move like this. Money likes to flow. And we all are moving in the same energy as money because we're all energetic beings and money is energy. We project all kinds of stories onto money, but underneath of the story, money is pure energy of transaction. It's one value being exchanged for another. So since I'm talking about energy and the way that money flows through our businesses and our lives, I want to share with you some things that I know about how money moves, which are very similar to, in fact, identical to, the ways that fluid moves around the planet. I'm talking about air, I'm talking about water. And we're quite familiar with air and water moving through us as energies. So I hope that this metaphor will land with you and you'll understand that it makes perfect sense that money wants to flow through you in exactly the same way as air and water. So number one, I just want you to take a big in breath through your nose. And notice how your body automatically takes it and distributes it to the organs and the brain and the lungs and the muscles and the tissues, and then you exhale, right? That's an automatic process with air. Same is true with money. It wants to move through you and circulate. It doesn't want you to hold on to it forever. That would be like holding your breath. It wants to move through you and to circulate. The second thing is that money is currency, right? It's current, it's flowing. So when you think about what's coming into your bank account, it's actually not even your money. It's just moving through you. The energy is moving through you. And when you can recognize that it is part of the current and you are also part of the current, you are not separate from the current, you become able to receive money and to be in the flow, the ebb and flow of money. Because sometimes there's money and sometimes it goes to your insurance, or it goes to the farmer's market, or it goes to the yoga studio, and then more comes. And then maybe it goes to, I don't know, your Patagonia jacket or your dog food or whatever it is, right? It's constantly moving through us. So getting comfortable with you being part of the flow is a very liberating way to be in relationship with money. And the next thing that we know from the ocean, and we also know from weather patterns, is that more is always coming. What did Mark Twain say? If you don't like the weather, wait a minute. And that's kind of true in your business too. There are strategies for how you can set it up to make sure that money is consistently coming through your business. But it's also true that, there will be times when you're busier than other times, and that's perfectly okay. It's the way that nature is designed, right? Nature doesn't produce 24/7, and neither are we designed to be on and delivering 24/7. So when you recognize that, it allows you to trust that more is always coming, because we see in nature, after winter, there's always spring. After dark, there's always morning. After heat, there's always, the autumn and the winter. So recognizing that, again, that we're part of a cycle of ebb and flow is very helpful in thinking about how you relate to money. The next thing is that when you think about the ocean refuses no river. All drops of water eventually make their way to the ocean. And every river will eventually flow to the ocean. And then all of those drops will merge into the one, and then that water will evaporate up into the atmosphere, and then it will be carried around the globe, and it will come down in rain or snow and eventually make its way to the river and back to the ocean. That is also true for you and your business, and that's true for money flowing in your business, but that's also true for how you become inspired and you share more of you with others in your business. Why is this related to the flow? Because one of the reasons that a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck, and especially all of you who are watching, and I know this because you answered the survey, one of the things that is a real sticky point for you is visibility. And if you're not visible, other people can't find you. So part of you showing up requires that you be more visible so that you can be part of this bigger conversation. And I'll be talking about that in a future video, but for now I just want this conversation, this idea that the ocean refuses no river, to resonate with you in the sense that you are part of something bigger. And it might be comfortable for you to be hiding right now, but you really are part of something bigger. And the more money that flows through your business, the more you can serve people, the more you can contribute to causes you care about, the more you can have a lifestyle that you love and have more free time and have more travel and more things that delight you and light you up. So everything is related to everything. The fifth thing I want you to think about when you think about your relationship to money is that you get to do what comes easily and naturally to you. And the more you do what comes easily and naturally to you, the more you're living in your zone of genius. And the more you're living in your zone of genius, the more plugged in you are to your essence. And the more plugged in you are to your essence, the closer you are to your source. Your source is that infinite cycle that I'm talking about of air, of water, of money, that energy that's flowing through you all the time. And when you're not in your own way, when you're not resisting money, when you're not pushing it away, when you're not judging it, when you're not playing small and being invisible, all of those things are really just defense mechanisms that keep you safe. And when you release the constriction around that and you just open a teeny bit, more can come through you, more can come to you and through you. So when you recognize that it's your birthright to be happy. It's your birthright to make money. It's your birthright to do what you love and what you're good at. It's so liberating, not to mention it's so fun. And so I really encourage you, if you're struggling with, I don't know what my purpose is, I don't know what my passion is, give yourself permission to do what you loved when you were a little kid. Give yourself permission to even spend 30 minutes one day a week in the beginning to do something you really, really, really loved. Here's an assignment that I give to a lot of my clients, and it really has been life-changing. I ask them, think about everything that you do every day, every minute of every day. Think about that for a week. Just map out every day, what do you do for a week? And then I want you to categorize, what do you hate, what do you tolerate, and what do you love? It sounds simple. I challenge you to do it and let me know what happens. So I've been sharing this with my clients, and one of them recently recognized that she was spending less than 1% of her time doing what she loved. And most of her time, like almost 99% of her time, doing what she hated. Think she was depleted? Think she had no energy? Think she was depressed? You bet. And the minute that we start to switch this equation where you do what you love, you do what comes easily and naturally, you're going to start making money doing that. Because when you are just effortlessly creating from a place of joyfulness and playfulness, think about it as joyfulness, playfulness. It's so easy. There's no struggle. It's super fun, and people will be magnetically attracted to it. So try that out. Keep a journal for the next 7 days and see, what do you spend your time doing that you really hate? Because when you're doing stuff that hates you, neurologically, it's sending you into frustration, anxiety, overwhelm, animosity, self-sabotage. It's the natural reaction. So we're going to start retraining your brain so that you don't automatically go to those places where you don't feel very good. We're going to start teaching your brain that it's not only possible, but it's preferable and it's totally allowable for your brain to do what it loves. And so the sixth thing that I want you to think about in your relationship with money is the idea of change. If you think about the ocean is constantly changing shorelines, right? It's constantly creating new islands, and other things go underwater, and there are tsunamis and hurricanes, and different things get washed up on the shore. So I want you to keep in mind that the nature of our very existence is change. Are you allowing that in your business? Or are you being rigid and thinking it has to be this way? Ask yourself that, because really you deserve to have as much change as you want. The seventh thing I want you to think about is that the ocean consists of trillions of drops, and you're one of those many drops. So give yourself permission to be one of those many drops. Show up and contribute to the bigger conversation. Are you letting yourself do that? And the last thing I want to remind you is that the ocean is you. It is running in you. Air and water are circulating in you and through you, and money wants to circulate in you and through you too. So I hope that these 8 ways that money circulates has been helpful. I hope it's been provocative. Leave me a note. You can PM me or you can post below in, I believe, on Facebook. I think on Facebook you'll be able to leave me a message and let me know what shifted. And I look forward to seeing you in the second video. You are here to plug into your power. It is your birthright to be prosperous, passionate, and on purpose. And I can't wait to help you get there. Have a great day.